Hi, Muse on the Mic family. It's Emily here with just a quick public service announcement for you. I hope you're all doing great and are out having some really naughty fun right now. Anyways, the scoop. So, we had to halt recording episodes for almost the entire month of May. And this is due to a situation with my back and about a million herniated discs. It has been hellish, if I'm really being honest with you guys. But for the interim, we've got a couple audio episodes coming your way. And I'm really glad we're doing that because it's definitely a temporary solution. So I really appreciate your patience, your understanding while I tackle this, and a big thank you for many of the supportive messages and really thoughtful generosity that you guys have been giving me. You're the best. This is why you're part of the Muse on the Mic fam. So, if you want to see the latest updates on how I'm doing, follow us on Twitter. You'll find all the updates over there. I'm trying to keep everybody up to speed. And I really hope to be back on camera with you guys soon. I miss you. I miss my microphone and I miss my chair. I want to say a special thank you, a huge thank you to Riley and to our editor who have been helping me in ways I cannot describe. A true support system and the best friends a girl could ever ask for. As we head into our Sweet 16 anniversary at Muse, make sure you pop in June 3rd if you're local. We've got all kinds of fun going on. And on that note, let's dive into today's episode.
Welcome back to Muse on the Mic. I'm Riley.
And I'm Emily. Thanks again, guys, for joining us on a fantastic episode of Muse on the Mic. This is a absolute milestone. Riley, tell everyone what we're doing today.
Oh, I wish we were on camera today, guys, but hopefully this will be one of the last. But today we are celebrating the finale of season 3 of Muse on the Mic and also tooting our horns to our 16th anniversary at Muse.
Woo!
Woo!
16 years. It is so surreal. I mean, you and I have had a few of these conversations over the past week because I think you said this to me today. Most businesses don't last 16 years.
No.
And here we fucking are.
It's wild. Like,
alive
I don't
and
know.
thriving.
I wonder sometimes, like, how long can this really go on? Will it be, 26 years? Let's hope. But I
Right?
mean, I don't think we ever set out to have such a long-lasting business. I don't know what our kind of end goals were, but I certainly didn't think that far ahead.
I never thought that far ahead. But in my mind's eye, or at least like thinking back to the early days, I never really thought of it like, when is the business going to hit like 25 years? I would
Right.
always think, are we going to be 60 one day and owning a rub and tug? Like, what's that? Because that's like a 40-year business. Like, that's crazy to think about. And
Yeah.
yet, some of the best businesses in the world are hundreds of years, decades long. Like,
Yeah.
the Hudson Bay Company just closed down in Canada after like what, 156 years or something? Like,
Right.
it is very, very rare that especially a
Mhm.
small business lasts this long.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of us.
I am
I'm
too.
so proud of us.
Me too.
And all the wonderful women that have worked at Muse over the years. We have
Yeah.
probably had a couple, what, thousand something girls over the years.
I think so.
It's so surreal. I actually posed a Twitter trivia question the other day, seeing if the boys could guess approximately how many orgasms 16 years is.
Wow. Well, I don't even know how to answer that question.
I got so many DMs with the most hilarious formulas. They're like,
Okay.
okay, on average, if someone's doing 45 minutes and there's 20 clients a day, and let's say two of them don't come, and the rest of them come once, and every fourth client comes twice, then that equals. You guys
Wow.
hilarious. I would never do the math that way. I would have been like, average this many a day, 7 days a week, times 16
Yeah.
years. Like, that would have been my math. These guys thought
Yeah.
about it. I was like, you guys are awesome.
That is awesome.
It's so cute. It reminds me of the little slogan on the McDonald's signs where they're like, over 1 billion hamburgers served. And I'm like,
Right.
500,000 orgasms completed. Like,
How many happy endings? Well, it
oh,
was
it's the
nice because
happiest.
yesterday, as we're recording this, yesterday was our anniversary party. And we missed
Yes.
Emily so much. But I
Oh,
actually ran into quite a few really old clients, and it was like kind of a trip down memory lane. It was wonderful. And we're all looking forward to seeing you back in the spa. So we look forward to that.
I can't wait. I was so bummed to not be there, but I was tweeting my little butt off from home on my couch. And
Yeah.
for entertainment's sake, let's pretend I was naked all day. I mean, it could be true. But I think we should thank everyone that came out to the party yesterday. Our girls did
Yeah.
awesome. Our manager, Kit, was a rock star yesterday. And it was a combination of new faces, old time, old school Muse client faces, and a bunch of in between. And I've heard from both you and everybody else how awesome that mix was. And I think it's so reflective of our clients at Muse. They are just the
Yeah.
most loyal and amazing, long term, committed penises in the world. I
They
love
are.
it.
Yeah. And I think also a nod to Muse on the mic because indirectly we're obviously, or actually maybe it's directly, advertising Muse that I think a lot of the new faces are from the pod. So that's
Mhm.
even more surprising and better to be able to meet people, and welcome them into the place we've been talking about so much.
Well, I mean, you get treated like a celebrity sometimes when you run into clients. You're always at the spa more often than me, just through like our schedules and proximity and all those things. But it's funny when you tell me one of those stories because 9 times out of 10, the guy's already sent me a message. I've been like,
Right.
I saw Riley today. And I'm like, ooh, how did that go? And they're like, she talked to me and she told me this and she remembered me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're hilarious. And then I hear from you and you're like, people look at me different since the pod.
No, you know what? I think it's people didn't recognize me before. They'd see
Yeah,
some woman, strolling through the spa, but not know who she is or maybe guess. Whereas now, because we are face forward, and I often, as much as I'm aware of that, I kind of forget it at times that they're like,
right.
Riley. And I'm like, how do you know me? And they're like, well, obviously, because you're on a podcast. So it's been fun.
I love that. How do you know me? Big fan, Riley.
Well, thank you.
It's so cute. And you know what? We were actually, because of my whole situation with my back, we were actually a little bit late to roll out the announcement for our anniversary party this year. But I think it was still a fabulous success. It was as busy as expected. The girls did awesome. I mean, they make a killing on the open house days. So I'm so glad everyone banked a bunch. And impressed it always when we hear those final numbers at the end of the day. I know it's a hit because we collect zero money that day. But when we
Yeah,
calculate what we've given away in door fees, I think it's a wonderful gesture of customer appreciation.
I
And the boys
agree.
look forward to it every year. So well done. Well done,
I
Muse.
agree. It was great. Well, if
Now look
I
at
think to reflect at all back on the last 16 years, or at least last year,
mm,
what big things. I will say one tone that remains the same, and I think we mentioned this last year, is the contrast of we keep getting older and our staff remain in the same demographic. And that to me every year is a challenge. And it's really like adapting to personalities and age. It can be tricky and there's so many of them. But it will remain a challenge, I'm sure, for years to come.
absolutely. I don't know if people of past generations felt this way when, we were up and coming in our age too, and generations before that. But I feel like with social media and how quickly trends and news and everything travels so fast, it's harder to keep up with the
Right.
best ways to communicate with Gen Z or, the alphas that are up and coming next and stuff. It is so unique. It is so different. It's so different than both of us were, raised in the corporate world in terms of our professional backgrounds. And shit just doesn't work that way anymore. And I
Yeah.
find myself having to push myself out of an old school mindset and been like, well, this is a new generation and it's not their business. So they're not going to think about it the same way as you do and blah, blah, blah. But gosh, it can make you feel old every once in a while.
Yeah, it does. They're
It
always a
definitely
reminder as to
does.
how old we are.
Look at you aging us for once. It's usually me.
It is.
I love it. I love it. So I think looking back on not just this past year, but the past season of the pod,
Yeah,
I think season three has been our best yet. I think it's
I
been our
do
most
too.
successful, and it's definitely had the most guests. We had one, two, three, four guests
Sure.
this season, and I think that is so cool. So a big shout out to those people: Allie, Kenneth, Annie, and Steph Sia. Awesome guests, awesome conversations. Kind of throws us out of our comfort zone because we're definitely not journalists and interviewers, and
Yeah.
we talk so much about our own little chunk of the sex work world that as soon as we branch into other people's, it's like we become the sponge and they hold the mic. So
Mm-hmm.
fun. It's so fun. We've learned a lot from these people.
Yeah, they have. I've enjoyed all of them, and I really looking into season 4. What's coming up? Obviously, we will have some more guests on. I'd love to have on former MPA, so massage parlor attendant, or current,
Mm,
but one that's can directly speak on the job, our industry, whether that's at
yeah.
Muse or otherwise. We will see what unfolds. But yeah, and one thing I want to get back to, shame on us, in season 3, I can say we did not do any episodes about viewer questions or our 20 questions, and I love those
Mm.
episodes. So I want to bring that back in season 4.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Send in your questions because Riley's demanding it of you. You better step
Yeah.
up. Make them saucy.
Yeah.
You know what? They're really fun because we never really know what's coming, right? And it's coming from other people's perspectives and the things that they're curious about knowing about our industry, about us personally, about our friendship, our experiences as business owners. It always ends up a hilarious laugh and a few extra glasses of wine on those 20 questions
Yeah.
episodes for sure.
Those are the ones I get nervous for and literally laugh my butt off the whole time. But send even the saucy ones because listen, we can do the one part on YouTube, one part on Patreon and mix it up.
100%. 100%. That is a super great moment to plug the Patreon. I don't know
Mhm.
if all of our listeners know, but we release an extra episode every single week, minus the past 2 weeks because of my injury, um, on Patreon. So if you're enjoying the YouTube videos, then you absolutely have to subscribe to the Patreon. $9 a month. It gets you double the content. And technically, there's 3 seasons worth of Patreon exclusive episodes on there that people can binge if they join today.
Yes, yes.
I love
Yeah.
it.
And
I'm all for
also
it. Our patrons are awesome.
Sunday nights we either have extras, which we got into during season 3, or just the tip
Mm.
with Riley appears here and there. So look out for it.
Listen, I've loved the return of your tips. You've definitely been able to hold the reins for me too while I've been on the bench and not able to work. But I like that we do something that's just a little mix up of, what could be a standard podcast. And
Yeah.
between the comedy and all the informative, saucy tips that you've taught everybody, even more of that is content to binge over on Patreon because there's 2.5 years of that stuff too. You're going to be a sex expert by the time you finish every single one of Riley's Just the Tips. They
There we
are
go.
naughty and helpful, and I absolutely love it. And again, it gives our audience and our loyal patrons just more
Yeah.
information, more fun, more saucy sexiness from you, a little bit of dirty humor from the two of us with extras. And who doesn't
Yeah.
love extras? I mean, if you've been in the sex work world, you know what extras are.
So true.
We love a little bareback comedy. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
But we definitely have to return with some of those. And we have actually 3
Great.
continuing series that we're going to definitely carry on into season 4, starting off with our men's appreciation series, which is both near and dear to both of our hearts. Absolutely. We love those
Yeah.
episodes. We love changing the tone of the conversation from man hating to man celebrating.
Yeah.
But we dove into a couple other big topics this year. We've got our disabilities series about sex work and customers with disabilities, sex workers
Hmm.
with disabilities, and how awesome the two can mend and solve so many problems together. And
Yeah.
then diving into the dark world of the manosphere. Dun dun
Yes.
dun.
Topic Emily is very passionate about. So we will definitely
Very
continue those. And I think June is just perfectly fitting to lead in with our men's appreciation episode because it is Men's Mental Health Month.
Absolutely. That's such a good point. You know what? Not that we're here to just sit and chit chat in the DMs, but I will say to all of our listeners and guests, if you're a man or a woman and you're ever feeling that you need someone to talk to and you're kind of on that line in crisis, shoot us a DM. One of us will be awake at some hour, I'm sure, and be able to chat with you and kind of lift your spirits a little bit. And you never know what a fresh perspective from people like us can give because we live
Yeah.
a very unique life compared to most people. And it definitely comes with its own challenges and our own mental health struggles and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes we can give an antidote or two that will really make people go, huh. I never thought of it that way. And it's very
Right.
normalizing. And I think that can be great comfort when someone's dealing with a dip in their mental health.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an important topic, and it's one that we've really covered since the beginning. So I think it will
Yeah.
continue on for all the seasons.
I absolutely agree. There's one other thing that I think we're going to start doing. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be on Patreon. Um, Again, go join the Patreon, guys. Um, but I know that I've sent you a couple of things lately where we're going to do a bit of a quiz going, is this actually sex work? And there's a
Right.
couple different videos and different articles that we found that are kind of on the outskirts of the topic of sex work. And is
Right.
it or is it not sex work? Is it just
Mhm.
sexy or is this actual sex trade for funds? And
Mhm.
I think it might open some eyes from some people on really how deep and how nuanced the sex work world is. What was once just prostitutes and like
Mhm.
street level work, especially with the internet and social media and everything, AI and all of this that's in the pipelines now. It is so vast and so diverse that you can have a soccer mom selling farts in a jar, and that is sex work.
Yeah.
So
Very
we're gonna
interesting.
have a few good debates. I think it's going to be fun because there's definitely arguments on both sides,
Hmm. Fair.
right? It's not
I
my
can't wait.
vagina, it's a fart.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens even online. Oh, I'm not a sex worker, I have OnlyFans. Well, is that sex work? I think so.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm pumped to get back into some of those and then launch some of these new concepts. We obviously have a bunch of fun, interesting new topics coming up. We always try to search for the best and the most like relevant to what's going on in the world. And we've gotten
Mhm.
some awesome submissions during season 3 from listeners with either topic ideas, some comedy sketches that needed to go in the extras compilations for our dark humor on Sunday nights. And I love, love, love when viewers send us stuff. I think it is even more fun. And it means a total blind reaction from both of us, which is always,
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
know.
I love it.
I-
So make sure you guys keep an eye out because when you come across something you want to hear about, send it to us and we'll include it in an episode coming up in season 4, which I
Yeah.
think is going to be launching in a couple weeks.
It will be. And I want to especially thank you all for joining us thus far because it has been a journey and we are so excited to be on it with you guys and looking forward so much to being back on camera with you in season 4.
Absolutely. This past couple weeks without recording, because again, my back, um, we've both missed it. We've talked about it, and
Yeah.
like as overwhelming as it can seem at times, with just the workload and the responsibilities and the social media and all the things we got to do nonstop all day, it's been like this big void in my life the past couple of
I
weeks.
know. I
It's
know.
so strange. I'm like, how did we get to the point that we miss this so much?
Yeah.
And
Well, we'll be back soon.
while we say all of this, I hope all of our listeners are voting every day because we are up for Best Entertainment Podcast with the ASN Awards, which is an adult award show, which is down in Orlando this August. Make sure you find on our social media. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and beyond, TikTok as well. And look for the link. Vote every day. It's a daily vote, and we want to take home the gold.
Yes, help us vote.
We need your votes so that we
Team
can
on the
win that
mic.
big. I love it. The celebratory episode that we do for that might even be worthy of our first in-person together recording.
Ooh.
I
Or maybe
know.
live on Patreon. Options are
There you
endless.
go. There you go. I love it. And you know what? We're creeping in on 500 subscribers on YouTube. The goal is to get us to 1,000. That is our next marker. So if you have not subscribed, please do, because once you hit 1,000, we can do live on YouTube, and we can just so many more of the functions and features open up as opportunities that we can give more to our listeners, um, and get some financial reward for on our end too, because that's half the point, right?
For sure.
I'm so excited about that. So make sure, guys, that you are subscribed. Follow us on every platform you enjoy. If you're an audio listener on Spotify, if you're on Amazon Podcasts, wherever you are, I just want to say a big thank you from both of us and Muse on the Mic, from our editor, too. A shout
Yeah.
out to our awesome editor who makes everything look so beautiful and so seamless, even when we fuck up. she He saves the
He
day
does.
all the time. But make sure you're subscribed because those subscribers help the channel be seen more often. YouTube pushes out content that gets more likes and more follows and more comments. So dive into the comments, chat with us in those little discussions, DM us if you have any ideas or requests. And I think that wraps up the finale of season 3.
Woo! Yes, we will see you all in season 4. I can't wait.
I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. Bring everybody more Muse on the mic, more hot topics, and let's dive deeper into the world of sex.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, this is Emily and Riley, I think, signing off on this finale episode of season 3. And we will see you guys in a couple weeks for the launch and premiere episode of season 4 on Muse on the Mic.
Yay. Bye, guys.
We love you guys. We'll see you next time. Mwah.